Hello everyone. My topic presentation is about Malala and her quest for women's rights. I am excited to discuss my thoughts on this topic. Throughout history, women's rights have been a hot topic and long debated issue. Genders are often defined by the roles they play in society and in the family. As we well know, these roles have evolved over the years, but traditional beliefs still exist and are even enforced in some places. One such place is the country of Pakistan. Malala was born in Mingora, Pakistan, located in the country's Swat Valley, on July 12, 1997. Her father, Ziauddin Yousafzai, founded several schools in Pakistan. She was outspoken about her right and the right of all women to be educated from as young as the age of 11 years old. She gave speeches, blogged for the BBC, and found other platforms to share her story. She was awarded Pakistan's National Youth Peace Prize in 2011 for her efforts. Because of her activism, the Taliban issued a death threat against her. She didn't worry so much about herself and considered it an empty threat, but she was worried for her father's safety. Little did she know how serious they were. On October 9, 2012, Malala was shot in the face when she defied a Taliban order that girls not attend school. She miraculously survived with minimal lasting effects, but wasn't about to be told what to do, even though most adults and most children were scared of the Taliban and didn't dare defy them. Malala was sent to England, where she underwent multiple surgeries. This event brought a lot of attention and support to Malala in her cause of promoting education and women's rights. She was the co-recipient of the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize and the youngest to ever be honored with the award. Even today, the Taliban considers her a target, but she remains a staunch advocate for women's rights. In her book, I Am Malala, How One Girl Stood Up for Education and Changed the World, she says, in Pakistan, when women say they want independence, people think this means that we don't want to obey our fathers, brothers, or husbands. But it does not mean that. It means we want to make decisions for ourselves. We want to be free to go to school or to go to work. Nowhere is it written in the Quran that a woman should be dependent on a man. She is very religious and tries to be obedient by reading her scriptures. Though my background is quite different from Malala's, we are similar. I try to be obedient to what I know is true. I don't have to fight for the right to get an education, and her story reminds me not to take it for granted. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I've been raised with definite opinions on the role of men and women. In fact, in the family, a proclamation to the world, we read, by divine design, fathers are to preside over their families in love and righteousness, and are responsible to provide the necessities of life and protection for their families. Mothers are primarily responsible for the nurture of their children. In these sacred responsibilities, fathers and mothers are obligated to help one another as equal partners. Disability, death, or other circumstances may necessitate individual adaptation. End quote. But specific roles do not mean that our right to choose how we live is taken away. We are given the right of agency to choose for ourselves. Who says women don't need an education to be a mother and to work in the home? There is a benefit to learning how to read and to do schoolwork so they can help their children, even the sons, learn. Also, this life is full of unknowns, and the women may need to be a provider someday, or a woman may never marry and need to provide for herself. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights defines 30 basic human rights that all people are entitled to. Number 26 is the right to education. As Malala said in her book, education is education. We should learn everything and then choose which path to follow. Education is neither Eastern nor Western. It is human. At her young age, she understands that education is a basic human right and is promoting it accordingly. Malala brings it and other women's rights to the forefront when she advocates for women to be educated. An article written about the good Malala has done lists 8 of the ways that she has made the world a better place for women. 1. She knows that girls' rights are human rights. 2. She advocates for women as peacemakers. The politics of feminism should not be driven by hate or revenge. 3. She knows that women care about other women. 4. She works for the rights for all girls to receive an education. 5. She highlights how education can lift girls out of poverty. 6. She understands that education is the key to gender equality. 7. She champions literacy as a way to make women warriors. And 8, she proves that fear and violence will not stop women from fighting for equal rights. What she stands for goes beyond the basic right to education. She is empowering women and helping them believe that they have more to offer the world. She doesn't do this to be defiant, but to stand firmly for her belief that women have a right to be educated. It is important enough to her that she risked her life to promote that belief and continues to stand for it today. So to answer the question, do I feel like Malala is right about women's rights? Yes, she has dedicated her life to promoting a better life for women. She has said, I don't want to be thought of as the girl who was shot by the Taliban, but the girl who fought for education. This is the cause to which I want to devote my life. She is peaceful about it, as evidenced by this quote, I don't want revenge on the Taliban. I want education for sons and daughters of the Taliban. She witnessed women being oppressed, punished, and even killed because of their desire to do things that we often take for granted. May we never forget how blessed we are to have the freedoms we do in this country. Here are my sources, and thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation.